At a time when violent crimes committed by juveniles are up 30%, funding for programs to keep them from continuing a life of crime is down.
Well, now some who run the court programs believe that this could lead to more repeat offenders. Meg Ferris has our exclusive report.
Well, tonight we're learning that different sources of funding for the juvenile justice system have been cut since the pandemic, and other services that help the youth are in jeopardy.
In teen court, the youth get to sit, the judge sits in my chair.
One of those programs running out of grant money is teen court. Offenders of crimes like theft, fighting, criminal trespassing, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, first-time possession of marijuana, admit to guilt, and are tried by a jury of their peers. Teens who are offenders or just community volunteers also act as the judge and attorneys.
What we know is that the teens that have participated in our teen court program do not recidivate. We have no kids that have participated in this program that have come back into the program or have escalated further into juvenile delinquency.
Victims are in the court, and sentences of community service, returning stolen goods, apology letters are binding. Dr. Clarence Bickham runs teen court.
Well, I have to try to look for another job.
He says he sees offenders and community volunteers become successful members of society.
The attorneys wrote her letters of recommendation, and she went to Loyola Law School and graduated. Now she has her own law firm.
Add to that, Chief Judge Raynor Downsburg says since the pandemic, juvenile court has had its funding cut by 20%. The court's job is to constantly monitor the juveniles who come through the system.
If we have no resources or nothing to give the children to do, then we're sitting with our hands tied in court sessions trying to figure out how to keep this kid out of trouble when they leave our courthouse.
He worries lack of supervision will lead them to committing more crime. It's a missed opportunity to intervene.
Well, you got to be passionate because guess what? These are our kids. And if we don't do it, who's going to do it? So we got to be here for our kids.
I mean, we're going to keep looking for funding to keep this program alive and well because it keeps children out of the system.
Studies show that 60% of the children who go through the juvenile justice system across the nation have some type of diagnosable mental illness. In other parishes around here, they have a way to assess that. But here in Orleans, they don't have the funding to do the same thing. Reporting from the Juvenile Justice Center, Meg Ferris, Eyewitness News.
The court says the city cut $504,000 from the overall court budget. While the city disagrees with that number, telling us tonight the cuts total $360,000.